So hello again, everybody. In part 2 of our multiplying fractions lesson, we are going to answer the question together: how do you multiply a fraction by a whole number? So in the first lesson, we multiplied fractions by another fraction, and now we're going to multiply a fraction by a whole number, okay? So there's one thing I want you to pay attention to real quick in the next. Okay, what you're going to see is a whole number, and what we can do is we can actually write a whole number. Okay, as you see, I have 3 wholes right here. We can write this as a fraction, and this is what you want to pay attention to. If I have 3 wholes right here, I can write the whole number 3 as 3 fraction bar 1, or 3 over 1, okay? Because you still see that I have 3 wholes right here, and they're not divided into any fractional parts. They're just 3 wholes. So you can think about this 1 means that each of them are divided into kind of one piece, right? Just like the whole number 2, I can go ahead and write that as a fraction, and I can write that saying 2 as the numerator over 1, which was the denominator. So let's move on to the model problem. Okay, so what you're going to see right here, everybody, is the problem that I'll solve for you, and you'll complete on your organizer. As well, it will be 1/6 multiplied by 3. Okay. So that's where I have my fraction multiplied by a whole number, which is 3. And you can think of multiplying fractions and whole numbers just like you can think of traditional multiplication, because its multiplication, as you know, is repeated addition. All right, so 1/6 multiplied by 3 can mean the same thing as 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, because you're multiplying 1/6 3 times. Okay? But to solve this, what you want to do is think about what I said in the very first slide of the video, is taking this whole number and making it into a fraction, or converting it into a fraction, which was 3 over 1. And then your process is the same that you learned in the first video, because I know that if I multiply the numerators together and the denominators together, I can get, let's see, that's 3 multiplied by 1. And that's 6 multiplied by 1. And I know my answer will actually be, I'm going to have to kind of put it right above my head over here. The answer will be 3/6. And we know that 3/6 is also equivalent to 1/2. So that's your answer right there. So for practice problem 1, what I'd like you to do is to solve 3/9 multiplied by 5. Hit the pause button, solve it, hit play, and come back and see us again. So welcome back, everybody. Using the same strategies you learned before, what you can see is I took 3/9 and kept it the same. I've taken the whole number 5 and I've made it into, or I've converted it into a fraction, 5 over 1, okay? And using the denominator as 1 can work for any whole number, even if you have 39, some random one, right? You can put 39 over 1, or 62 over 1, or 103 over 1. You can write all those whole numbers as fractions. But what I want you to pay attention to, and I'm sure you already recognized, was that when I solved this problem, I actually got 15/9. I got that fraction greater than 1, or that improper fraction. We can't leave it like that. We can't leave that alone. Okay, we have to do something to it. But all of your quick thinking, you already knew to convert that to a mixed number. And you can see that I've done right here is I've converted it to a mixed number, and I know that 15/9 is equivalent to 1 6/9 as a mixed number. So 1 6/9 is your final answer. For practice problem 2 and practice problem 3 tonight, what I'd like you to do is to solve 4/5 multiplied by 3. And for practice problem 3, please solve 2/7 multiplied by 6. So just to recap again, in this video, what you learned is how can we multiply a fraction by a whole number.